Okay, bamidbar, verse 20. This is the sum of the children of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house. The number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all were fit to go out to the army. Again, we have this emphasis on being able to go to the army. So I'm thinking maybe, possibly, that if you weren't fit for to go to the army, you were not counted. But okay, we're going to put that aside. Those who counted from the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. From the tribe of Shimon, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, his tally, according to the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go out to the army. Those counted for the tribe of Shimon, 59,300. From the tribe of Gad. So, oh, by the way, this is not the same order as what we just read before. And it's not in the birth. And the first time we read was not in the birth order either. And this is not in the birth order as well. This is very interesting. Okay. And there's many more foreshadowing when we discuss this. Okay. Of the tribe of Gad, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all of who were fit to go out to the army. Those counted for the tribe of Gad, 45,650. Of the tribe of Yehuda, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go out to the army. Those counted for the tribe of Yehuda, 74,600. Of the tribe of Issachar, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every family from 20 years old and upward, all were fit to go out to the army. Those were counted from the tribe of Issachar, 55,400. Of the tribe of Zebulun, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every family, of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go out to the army. Those counted from the tribe of Zebulun, 57,400. Now, anyways, Issachar, who was counted before Zebulun, they were known as Torah scholars, but still you see that even though they were known as Torah scholars, they still had people who went out to the army. Just putting that out there, you could take it for however you want, that people did serve the army even though they were studying Torah. And all these people were studying Torah, because they're all learning from Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay. Of the children of Yosef, the tribe of Ephraim, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's houses, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army, those who counted for the tribe of Ephraim, 40,500. Of the tribe of Manasseh, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army, those count for the tribe of Manasseh, 32,200. Of the tribe of Benjamin, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army. Those counted for the tribe of Benjamin, 35,400. Of the tribe of Dan, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army. Those counted for the tribe of Dan, 62,700. Wow, it's the most largest tribal count. And the tribe of Dan only had one son. So he must have had lots of wives. He had 62,700 children, or people in his tribe. Okay. Of the tribe of Asher, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's house, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army. Those counted from the tribe of Asher, 41,500. Of the tribe of Naphtali, their descendants according to their families, according to their father's houses, the number of individual names of every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were fit to go to the army. Those counted from the tribe of Naphtali, 53,400. These are the numbered ones whom Moses and Aaron and the 12 princes of Israel counted, each one representing his father's house. All the children of Israel counted according to their father's house. From 20 years old and upward, all were fit to go to the army. But some of those who were counted, 603,550, which is where we get this famous 600,000 people. But as you see, it's a little bit more. It's 603,550 people were actually counted, which is only the males. Again, only the males were fit to go to the army. Only the males are over the age of 20. So there was lots of all the women weren't counted, and all the people under 20 weren't counted. And I always heard that it was from 20 to 60 were the really ones that were counted. So it's all the people over 60 weren't counted either, were not counted either. So really, we could have there's some estimates. There's about 3 million people in the desert. That's some estimates I've heard. Okay. But the Levites, according to their father's tribe, were not numbered among them. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, only the tribe of Levi shall you not number. You shall not reckon their sum according to the children of Israel. But you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony over all the vessels and over all that belong to it. They shall carry the tabernacle. They shall minister to it. They shall camp around the tabernacle. When the tabernacle is set to travel, the Levites shall dismantle it. When the tabernacle camps, the Levites shall erect it. Any outsider, non-Levite who purchases shall be put to death. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even if you want your freedom and you say it's not fair and I don't want to listen, I don't want to follow the rules, there's a serious punishment for not following the rules, at least in the Torah. But of course, you had to have two witnesses, and those two witnesses had to try to stop you, and you had to know that what the consequences were. It's not like they just put people to death, like, even though the Torah says it, it didn't really happen as harif as the Torah, as sharp as, it doesn't, there's a lot of putting people to death in the Torah, but it wasn't so easy to put people to death, according to what I've learned. And of course, you could say, oh, they're just making it up, and it's a cult, and why do you believe in all that? But anyhow, according to our Masorah, according to the Jewish Masorah, which has been around for over 3,000 years, it's not so easy to put people to death. I'll just leave it at that. The children of Israel shall encamp, each man by his own camp, and each man by his own division. The Levites shall encamp around the Mishkan of the testimony, so there should be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the Mishkan of the testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded them. Thus they did so. So they were able to listen to it. They were able to do everything that God had commanded them. And maybe we should just listen to people sometime. You don't have to listen to the government here. Now, in general, it's not so easy to listen to rules, and people want to have their own individual free will, which is very important to have your individual free will, because you actually have to choose all this in order for really to be meaningful. You can't just be a robot. But at the same time, there's consequences to your choices. So I will leave it at that for now, because there's a lot more to go, because I have to get through more readings of this parsha because I fell behind. Sorry. Hope you have a great day. See you soon.